Alright everybody, so in today's video we have the second half of my cardio session. I just finished 25 minutes and I gotta get off the bike for 2 minutes because that saddle fucks up my ass. I rest for 2 minutes and then I go for another 23 minutes so I can have 50 minutes total. So today I'm only going for 50 minutes because I worked today a 12-hour shift and I'm a little tired. After these 50 minutes of cardio, I'm going to rest for 20 to 30 minutes and now I'm gonna start a workout with the dumbbells on the bench. I'm still not decided on what muscle group to work out. So another 30 seconds, then I must continue. I'm watching something on YouTube, some strongman videos. Fuck. Apple juice. I wipe my sweat with a t-shirt, with a shirt. And as you can see, Millie just took my spot. That's what he does. Gonna have to take him off. Let's go, Millie. Let's go. Say hi. Say hi. Okay.
Lots is ready to save it with one arm. Yeah, the rack would have saved you. It's cold, it's bloody freezing. Yeah, Jack's got the door wide open. Because apparently he's tidying.
He's got a room around there, look.
His head fell off.
I usually go for 30 to 33 kilometers per hour speed on the bike, and right now I'm at the 4th level out of 8. I increased the level which with every 15 minutes passed.
Don't worry about getting too cold, just hold in that position. Now, come straight out. You actually have to use that lower back strength. Okay? Feels weird, doesn't it? And what we're trying to do is not the same as a sandbag, which you can do like top to there and then do it.
There's a trunk stone, so there's 2 ways.
Is it 1K?
My Apple Watch is measuring my workout.
It is an Atlas stone, yeah.
No, exactly.
It's really heavy. No, that's for the practice on press.
They're not that great.
Tacky towel.
There's a mirror,
No, I'm convinced.
so I can see how ugly I am.
Literally a tackiness, isn't it? Like, yeah.
But I bought this because I need all the help that I can get with stone to shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely shocking at it. Like, 136 kilo stone load without tacky is completely fine. But getting it from here to here is where I've had a massive problem. So that's why I've come down to it. So Ross can teach me his ways.
The big difference, you can have your hands lower when you go around the stone than you would to just load it. Good, easy. That's it. Now drive through, now extend. So we want to try and go even lower on that stone in that position. Try to go even lower next time so that you can take more distance from the road. Because at the moment, you're a little bit high, so it stops there. You want to make it a little lower, and it stops it much higher on the chest. Stop it, you want to get better at? Is it? Exactly pressure on the chest. Just try not to hit the nose. Try not to warm I know it feels weird.
Normally,
Don't forget about how to load the stone.
on my days off,
You know how to load stone.
I go for
The problem is if you can
70 to 80 minutes at a higher pace, higher zone heart rate, somewhere in between 160 and 170. And in 80 minutes, I burn about 1,000 calories. But today, since it's a day off, no, it's a day where I just work. I go a little light, of course, the speed, but I don't go at the higher level on the bike. So for 15 minutes, I'll be burning about 500 calories when I should be at 600 on a day off.
It feels weird. But if you're raised, you've got the legs there, you can't go over, your legs can't. It's like Marty's listening is probably one of the best things. He really talks about when you keep that shoulder up. So you can roll and whereas if you're like that, you've got much higher stuff as well there. That's better.
Good, Becca.
You can already see the sweat starting to build up.
Good.
Tomorrow at 7, I go back to work.
Low when it's on the lap. Come on, get it tight to your body. That's good. Come on. Yes, keep going. Come on. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah. She's dizzy. Just support her.
That was good. How you feel the last few days and you fucking got that? And get everything sorted over these next few weeks. You'll get that load of stuff. I don't think it's even worrying about the heavy amount. If you can get away from it, keep doing the score.
The thing is, as well, like, the heavy ones go hard, but I wouldn't have any problem getting the heavy ones here.
Sure.
Like, I have no problem with that.
We can keep practicing out, working on that. That's the way for you. Because you've got the grip strength to do that. Using that kind of strength to work. Hold it. Just keep working. Be patient with it. It's as long as you don't get dizzy, and that's what you kind of focus on. Sleep and good food and stuff like that real well. That was the best you've done by a long way. Good.
Universe will take me.
That's right.
Even Sony will take me. Watch me make an incredible Morbius universe.
The Nightman universe will take me. That's right. That jazz guy who got superpowers. Remember him?
I do remember that. Oh yeah.
If I could get that going.
So yeah, he had a big sook to Bob Iger.
Yes, I know the Ultraverse is owned by Marvel.
I mean now.
Don't at me.
Now it is. Is it then? I don't know.
It probably
Yeah,
is.
well, we know that. Both of us already knew that. Don't even bother telling us. So Bob Iger just went, yep, you've got no more oversight. Report directly to Disney chairman Alan Horn. Ike Perlmutter, we talked about this when we looked at the Inhumans TV show, which was going to be a movie. Feel free to check out that video if you want. He was given the TV department, which slowly became... Well, it started okay. You know, there was some good Netflix stuff, and then it was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Then they rebooted into, and it was good, and then it's like, whatever. We're kind of back there, I guess. I don't know. Where are we at with TV? It doesn't matter.
Some of it's good.
Yeah.
I watched an episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier after I watched this last night. It's
Did,
good.
did you watch the bit at the end where the Falcon was like, be better politicians, be good to each other?
No, I'm going to skip that bit.
Did they give him a real bird in it? Like they should have in this? Absolute cowards?
A bird that he has telepathic communication with. No, they didn't do that.
Unbelievable. Anyways, Bullets and Blockbusters, the YouTube channel, it's got a great summary of all of this. If you do want to check that out. But this is a real who watches the Watchmen situation, Mason. Anthony Mackie referred to this movie before it came out as Avengers 2.5.
Oh yes.
Do you think that's true?
Yes.
Do you think they would have made?
Because all the Avengers are in it.
Yeah. Do you think they should have called it Avengers?
I think they should have called it
Something.
Avengers 2.5.
But anyway, Iron Man in this. I love this version of Tony Stark.
Tony Stark.
He is kind of tiny. He's got those big shoes, doesn't he?
That's right.
No, I love this version of Tony Stark. He's depressed. He's broken up with. He's sad. I love it, Mason. It makes me happy to
Oh,
see
yes.
him miserable.
A fictional character is sad.
Yeah, I like
Like,
that.
sure, he's got it all, but sometimes he loses it all and he's not real.
Yeah, and he's not real. And sometimes he builds a hologram room to say goodbye to his parents or whatever.
And then he just shows everyone,
Yeah, he just shows everyone. What a loser.
right?
Imagine bearing your soul in a hologram room to a group of students.
Yeah,
I was a teacher. I would never have done that, Mason. You wouldn't catch me having an emotion.
Yeah. That would have been like, spend $600 million on that. Cringe. Cringe.
They probably would.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if an actual billionaire did that? Like, the
Yeah.
response. One of them should do it.
I think so too.
I mean, they're doing other stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's interesting that his character and his motivations, and not just in this movie, but some of the others, it's based on selfishness and guilt. You know, he's like, well, I feel this way because someone was mean to me, so I think everybody should work for the government now.
It's.
Like, he's a fucking lunatic.
I
I love
finally
it.
faced consequences. All my assistants weren't near me for a moment, and a normie got close to me and said something mean. And now it's changed my whole stance on life.
I didn't like that. Anyway, I like his inclusion. I think he's just very interesting in this one. I think, you know, you could easily just go do what they were previously doing up to this point. Not in all of them, but just, you know, quip away and he's having a fun time and whatever. But there's a little bit of depth in this before he gets a little bit more depth later and then dies. Spoiler alert. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Yeah, you probably did. I think we talked about it when it came out and a lot since.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, we got to talk about the evolution of Stephen Grant Rogers.
Is that his middle name?
Yep.
Huh.
What do you think of his hair? 'Cause you said worst hair last week.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little better, but it's you know,
What? What?
again, it's not his best hair.
You want a bit of length to it. That's what I think you're
I
after.
do want a bit of length, yeah.
Beard or no beard? Mustache or no mustache?
Mustache.
Yeah, because in the comic book Civil War, he goes undercover. He goes into hiding. He's got a little mustache, doesn't he?
I don't
I'm
think so.
pretty confident he does.
Okay.
Ben, find the picture.
And if it doesn't exist, I guess you're gonna have to.
Ben, make the picture. Do you know what I don't like?
Go on.
All the kissing he's doing. Stop it, Stephen Grant, Captain America.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't
That
like
one
it.
kiss he had.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be kissing her because his aunt or something, according to you. Because we talked about this last week.
Oh, I see.
He's not an aunt. You know what I mean?
Mm.
We covered it extensively.
Sure.
But you're of the mindset
Yes.
that he went back in time and married Peggy Carter.
Yes.
Which means that he would have known her at some point. In the future,
Oh, I
in
see.
his future.
We don't know that though.
Well, that's what you think.
Well, I think I think the first part is true. I think that he went back in time and married this dimension's Peggy Carter.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Peggy and Sharon didn't hang out that much. I mean, they're not.
She spoke at her funeral.
Yeah.
I guess all her other friends are probably dead.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, also, I would say I think that single shot of Bucky and Sam in the Volkswagen when he kisses Sharon Carter and they're both like that's the best shot I think in the trilogy.
In the
Just them-
trilogy?
Just them perving go yeah.
Not the bit where Captain America is surrounded by flamethrowers in the first one?
No, it's
Wow.
it's the boys going yeah.
Not the footage of me climbing that flagpole? So yeah, a lot of this is about the smaller moments, you know, and character development and espionage, much like the previous movie. But of course, it does have big, incredible comic book moments. And I'm not just talking about the airport, which I do want to talk about. I think my favourite fight in this is Hawkeye versus the Vision. It's just very funny.
Yes,
Those
absolutely.
two would even be in the same room swinging at each other.
Hawkeye is trying his best.
Yeah, he really is.
It's just he had a whole career in espionage, and then this superhero stuff happened, and he's like, "Yeah, maybe I should retire."
Yes.
That's out of my wheelhouse, honestly. Usually when I shoot a guy with an arrow, he dies.
But yeah, the airport stuff is just unreal. I think we saw this in IMAX.
Maybe.
When it came out. Maybe. I maintain, and I'm sure I've said this for every Ant-Man sequel, all the best Ant-Man stuff is in other movies.
Right.
I think the funniest stuff is in other movies.
Yeah.
I think all the action beats are in other movies. And I don't necessarily think that's the fault of the Ant-Man movies because Peyton Reed wanted to do Giant Man in his Ant-Man sequel.
Which he did in the second one, but of course,
We
by
saw
that
it.
point, it's been done in this, and it's been done in a sequence where he shocks both teams by becoming Giant Man, and then he starts swinging planes around. and-
Yeah. And then in his own movie, he like scooters around on a truck, which is like good, I guess.
Sure.
It's not as good as punching Spider-Man out of the air or whatever happened.
And
to
of course, this movie, of course, we get the debut of the MCU Spider-Man.
Yes. Before we get to that, I just also want to say that the Wasp was apparently going to make her debut in this initially. That didn't end up happening for any number of reasons. I think Evangeline Lilly was pregnant, and there's already a bunch of characters in this. So at least he got to introduce the Wasp.
So true.
So there you go.
Ant-Man but wings.
Exactly. But
And lasers.
yeah, gauntlets and karate, more karate. Apparently Peyton Reed, though, the director of those movies, he was, initially like, oh, that sucks that I don't get to do Giant Man. And that does suck. But at least you got to do Quantum Mania.
You got to do even smaller Ant-Man, which is nice.
But sometimes he was big, but he was still small because he was in Quantum Realm.
That's right.
And Bill Murray was there.
Feige was like, you can do small, but he's still kind of big, man.
Yeah.
Have you thought about? Look, there's so many options, Peyton.
Mhm.
Don't panic.
Yeah.
You can do. He's small, but he's still kind of big. But he's big, but actually, when you think about it, he's still very small.
That's right. And we'll give you Bill Murray. Do you want that? Do you want this whole movie to look like it was filmed in a cupboard? We can give you that. Do you want that? So yeah, we got the debut of two comic book characters. Well, not really the debut of Spider-Man because he debuted in the comics in I want to say 1810. Is that right?
Yeah, it was 1810.
Yeah, it was 1810. So Spider-Man, of course, got reboot to.
You don't want to do a second take of that?
Do you think I should, Mason? Or do you think I nailed it?
No, I think you know.
Do you think anybody's going to say anything?
No, not after this.
Okay, good.
I think everybody's going to switch off their video.
So they were kind of, when this movie was being developed, they weren't sure which superheroes to include. And then they ended up just including Black Panther and Spider-Man because they got the rights to Spider-Man. Sony initially were like, no, we've got this under control. We're going to make the Amazing Spider-Man 3. And then that all fell through. And then Kevin Feige had a meeting with Amy Pascal where he basically said, just give it to me. I'll do it.
Give it to Feige.
Yeah. And she didn't like that.
Feige made good movie.
He did. And but it ended
For a
up
while.
For a while.
For a long while.
Yeah, there's still some good stuff popping up, Mason.
I agree.
Didn't you watch whatever the latest thing was, whatever that was?
Yeah, what's the latest thing? It was pretty good.
What was it?
It was pretty good.
But what was it? What if?
Maybe.
Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah. Yeah.
So they ended up bringing in, for the first time, an actual teenager playing Peter Parker. Obviously very irresponsible to bring a boy into a cinematic adaptation of the movie, of the comic book Civil War. That seems dangerous. But how do you feel about the suit? Bearing in mind they changed it completely. So it looks like one thing on set. Or maybe going to do the Iron Spider at one point because that's
Yeah, right.
the version that appears in the comic.
I'm
Seems
torn,
a little-
James. I'm torn.
Yeah. You're all out of faith. You're Natalie and Brugler in
I'm
it.
Natalie and Brugger in it.
Yeah.
Because on the one hand, I like the Spider-Man suit to be just red and blue. I don't like it to be red and blue and black. You know that about me, James.
Yeah, I know
But at
that.
the same time, I did enjoy. It has a touch of the 1970s Nicholas Hammond Spider-Man to
Totally.
it. It is a little bit MCU-ified, but it does have that kind of 70s spandex look about it. And
Yeah.
especially in the way it moved, I thought that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, for an entirely CGI suit also, it looks, I mean, it's very smooth, and I know people have made that complaint before, but you know, it adheres to his body. It's like it's a dynamic fabric or something. I don't fucking know. But they CGI over the top of most of these suits. Like Black Panther is, for the most part, CGI in a lot of this, and that suit, I think, looks incredible. But speaking of, so Black Panther's involved in this because his father gets killed in an explosion. They think it's Bucky Barnes, but it was actually Baron Zemo. He doesn't wear the mask. He does in Falcon Winter Soldier. I don't know if you saw that episode, Mason, but I think he puts on a purple mask in that.
And he does a little dance, yes.
Does a little dance, yeah. He says also about his father, in my culture, death is not the end. Which is true. If you die in this universe and you're a Black Panther, you get to hang out at a magic tree or whatever.
Go in the Neon Forest. The Neon Forest Afterlife.
But yeah, Chadwick Boseman, I mean, incredible find. Apparently he was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer the year that this was released. So yeah, he was battling it for a while through making a lot of these movies. Just seeing him in this, I'm like, God, that sucks.
I agree.
I could name other Avengers I wish would have died, Mason.
James, please don't.
I could do it though.
I know you could.
You see my list?
Yeah.
It's more of a manifesto.
Yes. It's a little red book with a star on the front. You notice they locked that thing up? I've just made copies of it.
Yeah?
It's just some words.
It is just worth we can remember it.
Just remember it.
Yeah, just remember it.
In fact, if I were the Winter Soldier in that scene where Baron Zemo pretends to be a psychiatrist and shows up and tells him all the words to activate his mental condition, I would simply have released my arms and then just covered my ears
Yeah.
with my hands before he could say the
We go,
last
la
couple
la
words.
la 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 la.
Exactly. Eventually, Zemo would get tired and he would leave.
You would have to leave.
He'd have to leave.
Yeah, or someone would come and get him and go, mate.
Come on, mate. We've all had a drink. You've had a go. It didn't work out. Fair go,
There you go.
but off you go.
Oh, yeah, you gotta get out of here, man. Yeah, I love the ending in this because it obviously ends in a big punch up, and I do also love seeing Tony Stark just get absolutely fucking pummeled. I enjoy that a lot, Mason.
Uh-huh.
I like the pain that this fictional character gets inflicted upon him. I've always enjoyed that.
Why is that? you
Because
think?
he's an asshole. Like
He is, it's true.
and he's so smug and thinks he's right about everything, and he does learn and grow and makes great sacrifices. But just people just being like, "Nah, we'll beat you up. We're your mates, and we're gonna beat you up."
Right?
I think that's good.
Is he the guy in the friend group where, like, if he got punched at a bar, you'd be like, oh, that's cool, but at the same time, you'd be like,
I get it.
yeah, we get it, I get it actually.
Yeah, because as mentioned initially, it was going to be they all fight super soldiers, and that's just not very interesting, is it?
No, it's you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah, and even though they obviously revealed it in the trailer, you get that iconic comic book shot of them coming together and the blast and the shield and whatever. Actually seeing that in live action was just so awesome, and seeing his Iron Man suit get chipped away, and it's just all very, very good. Now he's able to counter Steve Rogers' punches because he can, his suit can anticipate.
I love that. Look, upon a rewatch, I love that scene because Captain America's wailing away on the Iron Man suit, and Iron Man talks to his AI and he says, "Analyze his attack patterns." He's just going left and right at this point. What are you talking about? He's doing old school punching is what he's doing. Friday should have been like, Tony, just
Put your hands up.
Put your hands up. Wait till he swings a big punch and block it, and then do a big punch on him.
Which is what he does.
Yeah.
Well, you're not wrong. Well, that's a callback to the comic because I think they're fist fighting in that, and he says something like, "I've recorded every punch you've ever thrown," but Zemo wins. Because at the end, Martin Freeman's like, "I'm in these movies now.
That's right.
And
I'll make some appearances.
Yeah.
I'll be in some Black Panther movies.
I'm a Skrull, maybe. I don't
I
know.
could be a Skrull. Maybe I wear a dashiki at some point.
Maybe. Sometimes in movies at the start, I'm going for a jog.
Maybe I'm going for a
He's
jog.
going for a jog, isn't he?
Yeah.
Or was that in the show?
That was in a... don't know. Sometimes I meet Elaine.
Yeah, sometimes Elaine's there.
Sometimes Elaine's my girlfriend.
What?
Yep,
Is that in these as well?
one of them. Or exes, they're exes or something.
I don't. I can't. I used to know everything.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You only know what's in your manifesto.
It's true. Zemo ends up winning. He disbands the Avengers, which was his plan the entire time.
Big fan of Daniel Bruhl, I tell you.
Oh
what.
my god, he's crushing it. in
Did
this.
you know that in an issue of the Gentleman's Journal, he was referred to as the golden boy of German film and the undisputed ruler of the European acting elite?
The Elite? I don't
Yeah.
like the sound of that, Mason.
And did you
He's
al-
going on my list.
Did you also know, James?
Manifesto.
Did you also know, James, that since 2011 he's been the joint operator of a tapas bar in the Kreuzberg region of Berlin?
You know what's fun about that? I
What's
can't imagine the profit margin would be huge.
Right.
He's making money doing movies like this and
Yeah,
Glorious
yeah.
Bastards, etc. And television shows where he reappears. He doesn't have to do that.
No.
He's doing it because he loves it.
He's there.
I'm crossing him off my manifesto.
He's there in the kitchen. He's got a little set of tweezers. He's putting the tapas
Yes.
together.
Yes, isn't he?
Yeah.
God.
This thing's failing all over the place, and he's
Yep.
just putting all his movie money into it.
We love this guy.
I think he's good.
Unless we find out he's crook, in which case we never
We
liked
never
him.
liked him. Never liked him. We don't know what he's up to over there in Germany.
No, we don't.
What in Spain?
Really?
Yes.
I'm finding so much about. I'm crossing him off the list again.
You double crossed off Daniel Bruhl. You can do 2 crimes at this point. Or you can do 1 crime and you'll still be
He'll still be alright.
you'll still be alright.
Yeah. Anyway, Paul Rody in this, he breaks his legs or back or something.
Mhm,
Unless
sure.
he's a Skrull. We need to get swapped out. I know there is a theory on it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Where is it? I think it's after this.
Maybe. Does it matter?
Oh,
Doesn't.
because the next time we see him in Armor Wars, but probably not, because that's probably cancelled.
Yeah.
He'll be like, oh, when it was in that machine, I saw everything as if
I got all
was
my memories
there.
given to me.
The memories, I remember. Don't think about it. I wasn't at the funeral, but I was.
Yeah.
So I remember it. I was sad.
I want to ask you this because, of course, people have discussed this at length.
Oh yes.
Like, who's right here?
Okay.
Is it Captain America
Yes.
or is it tonal?
Alright, so this is all. 50 minutes. These are the stats. $480 calories. I'm going to rest for 20 to 30 minutes. Then I'm going to start a dumbbell workout. Till next time, see you. Bye.